Okay, so it's hard to even summarize at this point. If you watch the first couple of installments of this series, basically comes down to it appears that I was targeted by a narcissistic Jezebel witch. May or may not have been a Black Widow, probably, and her demonic black magic doing energy vampire cult who fed off me for 15 years and at various points tried to kill me, it seems. So my next question, I guess, what the fuck, man? What the fuckity fuck? I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude who tried to do a job. What the fuck, man? What the fuckity fuck? I'm just an ordinary dude. Why would this happen to me, right? I mean, what the fuck, man? I guess to try and delve into that, the first thing is maybe I'm not. I mean, I say this with no ego whatsoever. Believe me, I've done so many drugs, I've had so much booze in my life trying to make this not true. I'm kind of fucking smart. You know, if you ever watch Young Sheldon, that's a lot what my childhood was like. Except that I was less Sheldon and more Paige, his friend, the one that that didn't want to be smart and just wanted to smoke cigarettes and hang out with Missy. That was more me. But yeah, that was my life as a kid. You know, I was always the one who was singled out by the teachers for being wickedly smart. And like when I was in first grade, we had the class was they had first graders and second graders in the same classroom. I just started doing all the second grade homework because I was bored with the first graders' homework, that kind of thing, you know. Teachers wanted to skip me ahead grades, but my parents wouldn't let me. My mom specifically wouldn't let me. We can get into that as she may be the first demon to attack me. I had to say things like that. Again, science head. I can't believe I'm believing things like that now, but yeah. So, as in recent years, I've come to believe that I'm probably autistic, in what they used to call Asperger's. Now that term is problematic now, but I don't like the fact that the high functioning autistics or whatever. And again, that term was also apparently problematic, but there needs to be some sort of a separation between people like me and Bill Gates and Elon Musk and people who need a 24-hour caregiver. Maybe it's the same condition inside the head or something, but it definitely manifests in different ways, and we have different needs, and we need to recognize that. No one needs to set up a foundation for me. I need to set up a foundation to help other people. And maybe that's part of it, and maybe that's one of the things we can get into. So many things that got downloaded between when I was talking to God and talking to spiritualists afterwards, one of which may have been that at some point they may have tried to clone me. It may have gone wildly bad, and someone who may be one of the autistics that you think of that, nonverbal and needs 24 care might have been an attempt to clone me. Maybe. I don't know. It's the stuff that got downloaded into my head from talking to God and the spiritualists. I cannot tell you how much is real and how much is not. But yeah, I'm not normal. That much I know. I was 7th grade, took the SATs, scored high enough to get into Duke. In high school, when I took the actual SATs, I got a 1330, which is a reasonable, not an extraordinary score, but I was stoned out of my fucking gourd when I took them, and hungover. So yeah, I'm not normal. So, was I deliberately targeted? Have I been targeted from birth? My grandfather was a Mason. I don't know if he was 33rd degree or whatever. I don't know how many degrees he was or whatnot, but I know he took me randomly out of nowhere. When I was like 12 years old, he decided to take me to Washington, D.C. to visit the Scottish Rite headquarters or whatnot. And I don't remember much about it. I'm not saying this happened, but if they did something to me to make me forget what happened while I was there, It wouldn't surprise me because I don't really remember much other than that I went. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm talking out of ego, because I have no ego about this. I've very much tried not to make it happen. I'm Paige. I just wanted to smoke cigarettes and hang out and be normal. But apparently that was never in the cards for me. Even when I just tried to have a regular fucking job like anybody else, I get targeted by a fucking cult and fed off of for 15 years. But maybe it was random. Maybe I just, I got into this job and, oh look, here comes this narcissist Jezebel witch, and she recognizes what I am and sees an opportunity, which it might be why she's failed at it now. Or, or maybe I was, maybe I got away from them for a while, but once I got hired by this job, then the southern oligarchs saw me and were like, oh, let's bring in the hitman. I don't know. Yeah. Again, what I've always thought, what I just thought, for a long time, just thought I was just smart. It was just a thing, and then eventually came to think of it as autism. The spiritualists tell me that I have high spiritual ranking, and that I'm tapped in extremely close with the divine. Which, okay, the dude talked to me. He spoke to me. So I guess maybe that seems to be the case. Again, 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago, prior to mid-March, I guess, whatever. I'm losing track of time at this point, but I was hardcore atheist, and I would have said, okay, you're an idiot. But maybe I am some kind of a earth angel or something. That's what the spiritualists keep telling me. I'm a chosen one, an earth angel, maybe a star seed. I don't know. Which gets into, well, okay, so I believe in God now, but is God, is that the God of the Bible? Is that the God of Abraham? Or is that, something entirely different? Is it source light? Is it an intergalactic thing? Are the Arcturians, the Pleiadians? Is any of that shit real? I don't know. It could be any one of these things. All I know is a big beam of light grabbed me by the head, had me yelling, love and light, love and light, love and light for about an hour while I ran around screaming at this corner of the ceiling, well, I know nothing. It was a pretty wild time. I can tell you that. And so many things have been downloaded into my head that I don't know if half of them are real, if any of them are real, but some of them seem to be. Maybe I'll try and capture it all in a fictionalized book or something. I don't know. I guess at the risk of sounding like a YouTuber, leave it in the comments. But seriously, if anyone from the spiritual community or anyone who knows anything more about this stuff than I do has any ideas, please reach out in the comments to me. I say I'm atheist for 50 years. This is all brand new to me. But if I am somehow connected to the divine and have some kind of a new mission here on Earth or whatever, then I would very much like to follow it, because I don't want to be outside of that beam of light. I know what's outside of that beam of light is nasty and is dark, and I feel like I grew up there and I don't want to go back. So yeah, I want to do whatever the beam of light wants me to do. And anyone who can help me on that mission, I'm happy for the help. Anyone can help bring clarity to what the fuck, man? What the fuckity fuck? What the fuckity fuck? I'm happy for the help. I guess we'll wrap up the formal series here with this, but I'll just talk about it more in the river videos and so forth as things come about. But I just wanted to kind of, lay out the whole what the hell has been happening the last couple months series on here, because I'm still trying to figure it out. One minute I thought I was an atheistic nerd who was atheistic autistic nerd trying to start a recording studio, and now I'm still that maybe, but also maybe a earth angel on a mission from God to do something. I don't know. Maybe to convince other people like me that he's real, or maybe it's to flip over the Pharisees' table in all the fake churches. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe I'm supposed to become a tarot reader. That's what one tarot reader told me. But I don't think so. I don't. Maybe it's a hobby, or every now and again. I don't know. I might learn the I Ching. That seems more like my style, but I don't know. Anyway, we're going to sign off on this series, and I say, anyone who can provide me any guidance on this, please reach out. And that's it for now.